Hello, good morning Zambia, and welcome to the Morning Blend, Zanis TV's breakfast show on Saturday, 1st March 2025. And welcome to the month of March, the new month of March. On this Saturday, it's me, Godfrey Chikumbi, and I am joined by my amazing co-host, Sarah Miti. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Godfrey, and good morning, Zambia. Thank you so much for joining us again on this edition of Morning Blend. As always, we have a lot of exciting items lined up for you this morning. We're going to start with the news headlines after this short break. Stay tuned.
Attention all business owners in Zambia. Are you looking to boost your brand's visibility and reach a wider audience? Look no further than Zanis TV, your ultimate platform for advertising success. With coverage spanning every corner of Zambia, we bring your message to the masses. From the latest news updates to captivating entertainment and everything in between, Zanis TV offers a whole spectrum of content. Don't miss out on this golden opportunity. Get in touch with our marketing team on 0773 809040 or 0773 809020, or you can email zanismarketing@gmail.com or zanis.marketing@zanis.gov.za. Join us on Topstar Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH and let your business shine like never before. Let's take your brand to new heights with Zanis TV. Zanis TV, the people's channel.
Now, on the stories that made the headlines this week, government to relocate and compensate flood victims. President Hakainde Hichilema has assured that government will relocate and compensate flood victims that have built in waterlogged areas to pave way for long-term reconstruction solutions. Speaking when he toured flood-affected areas in Lusaka, President Hichilema noted that the government's first priority is to save lives, followed by rectifying the long overdue flood situation in Lusaka. President Hichilema further called for unity of purpose among government-line ministries and stakeholders in developing Lusaka, noting that there is a need to learn from Egypt, who are the best in water and drainage construction. Moving on the news headlines. Zambia-France to strengthen bilateral ties. Zambia and France have signed a declaration of intent to strengthen bilateral cooperation in key sectors. Acting Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Sylvia Masebo, has expressed the country's gratitude to the French government and President Emmanuel Macron for their invaluable support in facilitating Zambia's successful debt restructuring agreement. She added that Zambia is open to foreign investment and recognizes the significant contributions that French businesses can make to the country's economy. And Ms. Masebo says the €4 million grant generously provided by the French government is intended to enhance water infrastructure, improve sanitation, and contribute to better public health outcomes in Zambia. Meanwhile, Minister Delegate for Francophone and International Partnerships attached to the Ministry for Europe and Foreign Affairs of the Republic of France, Shan Soili, said Zambia and France have identified 5 priority areas for cooperation, among them agriculture, health, energy, sport, and culture. And lastly, on the news, public service workers sworn in. President Hakainde Hichilema has urged newly sworn-in public service officers to serve and deliver quality services to the Zambian people equitably, regardless of tribe. President Hichilema has encouraged the officers to work tirelessly in order to drive the country's economic transformation agenda forward and better people's livelihoods. The head of state said this at State House when he saw in public service officers who included provincial ministers and permanent secretaries, among others. Now, that's it for our stories which made headlines this week.
Thank you, Godfrey, for the news headlines. Now, let's take a look at what's coming ahead on the Morning Blend this morning. Now, Zambia will be joining the rest of the world in commemorating the International Day of Broadcasting for Children, which falls on Sunday, 3rd of March 2025, which is tomorrow. So on this program this morning, we're going to feature a veteran journalist, Ernest Chanda, who's going to talk to us about the significance of this day and how the media can embrace children in their programming, not only for the day, but even beyond the day. Also coming up, we have an environmental expert, Mr. Emmanuel Mwale, who's going to talk to us about the negative effects or the health effects of flooding that we have seen in Lusaka. Now, you remember that recently we've experienced a lot of floods here in Lusaka and also even some other parts of the country, but more especially Lusaka has seen a lot of flooding in a lot of areas, Kanyama area, Mandevu area, and just a few days the president actually went to visit some of the flooded areas and also visit some families that have been displaced by the floods. So we're going to speak to the expert so that she can share with us some insight into the negative effects of the flooding that people are using now as swimming pools. Also ahead in the news, we have an inspiring story from a young entrepreneur, a female young entrepreneur who's only 21 years old. Her name is Loveness Luyando, who's going to talk to us about her journey in entrepreneurship. And of course, we have some entertainment, and this morning we have two musicians that are going to give us entertainment in form of music. We have J-Boy and we also have the A-Game music. So stay tuned for this and more.
Attention all business owners in Zambia. Are you looking to boost your brand's visibility and reach a wider audience? Look no further than Zanis TV, your ultimate platform for advertising success. With coverage spanning every corner of Zambia, we bring your message to the masses. From the latest news updates to captivating entertainment and everything in between, Zanis TV offers a whole spectrum of content. Don't miss out on this golden opportunity. Get in touch with our marketing team on 0773 809040 or 0773 809020, or you can email zanismarketing@gmail.com or zanis.marketing@zanis.gov.zm. Join us on Topstar Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH and let your business shine like never before. Let's take your brand to new heights with Zanis TV. Zanis TV, the people's channel. Welcome to Zambia News and Information Services, your media and communication hub. Need a professional space? We offer state-of-the-art studio hire for sound and film productions. Experience comprehensive news coverage and in-depth features that bring you closer to the stories that matter. Capture your moments with our professional photography services, perfect for events, portraits, and more. Looking for eye-catching visuals? Our graphic art and design team will elevate your brand with custom solutions. Host your next event with confidence. We provide high-quality conference systems and public address systems tailored to your needs. Contact us today at zanismarketing@gmail.com or call or WhatsApp 0773 809 040. Zanis TV, the people's channel.
So now recently we've been seeing a lot of videos and pictures in the media showing a lot of flooding that is going on in Lusaka. So Lusaka and of course some parts of the country has experienced a lot of flooding. A lot of people have been displaced from their homes, and we've also seen a lot of activity around the flooded areas. Most recently, we actually saw videos of people even playing in the water and swimming in the water. So we have in our studio an environmental expert, Mr. Emmanuel Mwale, who is going to talk to us about the effects of this flooding on people's health and also just the socio-economic impact. Mr. Mwale, welcome to the interview, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Looking forward with regards to what's happening around the country, with regards to the flooding issue. It's something that hasn't started now. It's been happening. But the intense level that we've seen now, it's because of climate change that has happened. With climate change, you experience the issue of heat.
Right.
Too much heat has contributed to the atmosphere holding on to a lot of water. And that water, when it pours, it's these storms that we're seeing now, the prolonged storms, and that is what has contributed to the flooding that is happening right now. But looking at the health effects with regards to the storm water, most of the water that is running in most of our neighborhoods is not clean water. It's water that is contaminated with a lot of diseases and a lot of things that water sweeps as it moves. So you have chemicals moving from chemical areas. You have chemicals. You have most of that water even combines with water from fecal matter. So you have a lot of diseases that come as a result of that. One of the diseases is diseases like cholera, dysentery, even skin diseases as well, even respiratory diseases as well that are carried by water. So it's not something that the public needs to take lightly. It's something that they need to really treat seriously, because that water is not safe water. That water has to be avoided at all cost. And that's the reason why, if you've seen what government is doing with regards to trying to mitigate some of the water that is in these flooded areas. So you will notice that even the president moved around just to try by all means to sensitize people about the dangers of the water that is, it's not safe water, I should say.
Yes, and actually you've mentioned something that's really interesting, because when we talk about floods, most of the time we're thinking of cholera, you know, and these waterborne diseases. Yes. But you mentioned that there's actually skin diseases and respiratory diseases, which I believe should be something that we have actually been ignoring. Yes. So is that part of the short-term effects or long-term effects?
Even with short-term effects, for instance, if you have cuts and you're playing in water, your skin has a higher likelihood that you will get some diseases for the skin. So even places, even homes where water has been flooded, if it takes a lot of time being there, it's not good, because it creates mods, and those mods harbor a lot of diseases. And I should add that water does not only carry bacteria, even viruses at times. So it's not something that we need to take lightly. Yes.
Okay, that's quite serious. But I would also want to find out from you the effects from this water. Does it affect children differently from adults, or it's pretty much the same?
It affects us differently. In terms of kids, children's immune systems are not yet fully developed. Right. So they are prone to more diseases compared to adults. Okay. And even adults, the ones that have other ailments, and they're weak, they have weak immune systems, exposing themselves to such waters actually puts them at risk of contaminating, getting those diseases, which is something that will also put stress on our health system when we continuously play in those waters.
Right, right. Yeah. So what would you advise as some of the short-term and long-term, plans that the community itself, families and the community, because everything starts within the community, what can they put in place, measures that they can put in place to ensure that they at least mitigate, the effects?
If you go around, especially urban areas, Lusaka, for instance, most of our towns come as a result of not being planned. So if the community have to come together to create drainages, it's not every time that we need to wait for government to come in and create drainages. Mm-hmm. Take, for instance, government took a step, for instance, in Kanyama, where they created a drainage. That was an example that society or the community should take the lead, because most of those areas, you will find that there's a road does not have a drainage. Where would water come? Where would water go? Right. So you have water that would stay there, and at the end of the day, bring in viruses, bacteria, and many other diseases that are found in the water.
Mm. Yes. And I think one of the biggest culprits is actually, like you said, government brings in drainages, and then people start using them as rubbish pits.
True,
the easy way for them to get rid of their garbage.
And I think there are policies. It's just that law enforcement usually has a lot of backlog, but I think there should be people that actually enforce the rules and regulations that are there with regards to people that are dumping garbages in those drainages. Because at the end of the day, it does not just affect our health alone, but the environment as well. So it's something that people need to be aware of. So aside from people taking the lead with regards to them doing drainages, I think public awareness also through media as well as they need to be, there's a lot of people that are ignorant with regards to some of the risks that are associated with floods. So it's very important that the media comes in and sensitize the people. Even communities as well as schools, there should be programs or campaigns that talk about the risks with regards to floods. Because we usually take it lightly. At some point, people, as you've mentioned, that they use them for swimming pools and whatnot. I think in some areas, I think it's an issue of lack of recreation facilities. So people want to have fun, but have fun in the wrong place and a wrong time without knowing the repercussions that comes with flood water.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so you leave us with the task, right, as the media.
Yes.
And I think, Godfrey, we are up to the task, aren't we?
Yeah, it really is a very big concern because on social media I'm seeing not just kids, but even their parents
Yes.
finding fun in the flood water. And it's quite concerning. And what Mr. Mwale is talking about is informative to all of us, especially that Lusaka is built on a low-lying area, which is what even the Republican president is talking about.
So another thing I would want to add on is the issue that has to do with the way we construct our premises of late. We don't normally put into consideration the issue of floods. You find that someone has built a house and the whole yard is paved, and when water comes, where will the water go? And we are creating a concrete jungle for ourselves. We need to really create an environment where water...
That's interesting. Concrete jungle.
Yes, yes. We need to create an environment where water is able to circulate freely. Because our Earth, the way it is, it's a closed system, aside from it bringing in energy from outside, but it's a closed system. So whatever garbage that we bring in, we'll pile in, and you have ripple effects from one system to the next system. So if one system is disturbed, you have the whole systems that will be disturbed. And at the end of the day, it's us human beings that will be at risk. Because the environment also finds a way of responding. When we damage it, it responds. We don't have people build houses without trees, without a lawn, without all those things. Those things are important. And if you take time and look back in our history, you would discover that most of the way our towns were planned, you had play parks, you had places that were reserved for wetlands, they were preserved.
Yes,
but you go around Lusaka today, you won't find a place that is wetland. People have built there, it's concrete. And where the water
even
goes.
The forest reserves actually.
Yes, people have encroached in those areas. And we will sit down here and cry and say, government is not doing anything. Or people, it's because we have failed to take care of our environment. And if you fail to take care of the environment will respond with its effects. And the floods that we're seeing is one of the effects.
Yes, right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mwale. Indeed, this has been very, very informative, and we're hoping our viewers have picked up one or two things from this interview. We'll definitely want to have you sometime again so that we can discuss at length the other effects, apart from just the floods. As you are aware, climate change has brought a shift in different weather patterns, not just about the rain. So yes. Hopefully we can have some time. You can have some time again later. Then we can have pick up this discussion again.
No problem.
Otherwise, we thank you so much for coming through, Mr. Mwale. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
We continue with the morning blend, and this time we feature Loveness Luyando, a 21-year-old entrepreneur from Kanyama Township, Lusaka. Now, we took time to visit Luyando from her place of work in Kanyama Township, where she spoke to us about her business, which she's doing right now. She started her business at the age of 16. That's the time that she fell pregnant and did not have any support from the father of her child, but she decided to do something for herself and her child, which is actually earning her an income now. She's able to take care of her child. So Luyando rides a motorbike and delivers parcels throughout the city of Lusaka by herself. So that's the inspiration that we are drawing from Luyando as we visited her and saw how she does her operations. So this morning we brought Luyando into the studio so that she can share with us in detail and also with you, our viewers, her story, which started about 5 years ago at the age of only 16 years. Luyando, good morning and welcome to the studio.
Good morning, how are you?
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm doing well. So we got inspired when we visited you, looking at how you are running your business and, showing resilience as a young lady in a business that is mostly done by, males. Okay, so how are you finding the business?
The business is okay. I usually find clients very easy. Many people get surprised when they see me riding the bike.
Right.
So when I was starting the business, it was hard to find clients, but now I have a lot of customers.
Okay. So apart from just having difficulties finding clients, of course, maybe some of them are thinking, this young girl, is she going to do this work for me? Is she going to deliver my parcel? What other challenges did you face in starting your business?
At the first, the business was hard when I was starting. That was the first challenge which I faced. It was difficult to find clients, but it was just about 3 months. Then I started seeing the business easy, finding clients. So many people, they just call me, come and get a parcel to deliver somewhere. But some of them, I don't even know them. But okay, now the business is just okay.
It's growing. That is rather inspiring. I want to take you back a little bit. I want to just maybe try to understand, there's a lot of things that you could do at the age of 16, but you decided to go into parcel delivery business. What's really inspired you or motivated you rather to go into that field of business?
I liked watching motorbike racing.
Right.
Then where I go to church, there is Miss Andrew Banda. He told me that I want to teach you how to ride a bike. But while I was willing to ride a bike, so he came up with the idea of teaching me how to ride a bike. Then that's how I agreed as well. I learned to ride a motorbike. Then I started working when my license was just 3 days. I was working with Manje Manje.
Maybe,
Yes.
yeah, maybe Sarah, up to what grade did you go?
Grade 7.
Grade 7. Do you intend to continue with school anytime now that it is free education and there's no trouble of paying school fees on your own?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let's talk about that. In case today somebody told you to go back to school, do you accept the challenge?
Yes.
Okay. Why would you do that?
Sorry?
Why?
Because it's good to go to school and having a business as well.
Grace? Oh, sorry.
You were speaking to Grace.
Yes. Yeah. I'm very much interested in this story. It's a very, very good story. Where is the father of your child?
I don't know where he is.
Okay. Let's talk to each other, and I want to learn something here.
Okay.
So, how have your male friends received the fact that you joined them in this business? Like Sarah said, it's not an easy undertaking for a girl like you. So tell us the story. How is it?
The guys where I'm from, they are just happy. They took me as their young sister.
And then you said somebody at church taught you how to ride a motorbike.
Yes.
And you said one of the reasons you joined this business, the delivery business, is because you love watching bike racing.
Yes.
So tell us about that. Did you ever think you would go into bike racing after watching it for a long time?
Yes, I was willing to rent a motorbike. So I used to watch motorbikes racing. Then when the man told me to rent a motorbike, I rushed. Because I was willing to ride a motorbike.
Luyando, Loveness. I don't know why I keep saying Luyando. So Loveness, kukhala na mwana and then futi uli full time business. Ima nkhala yovutako kubalance kai kapena peza mwana apena atwala mwana afunika kumuchita prepare afunika kumusunga simamene and then futi na ive business upeza kati pamene paja ba clients ndipa ndimapakisa bane matoma mafoni so umachita balance bwanji kuti business ikaziendera chebwinobwino na ive mwana musunga chebwinobwino.
Apa mami ndio anayemirira kwati ndiye mami wa mwana ndiye mama taking care or like kupera kumanda 5 ndiye mwana mankala naye.
So mami ndio wanatenga kwa at least ya lake.
Yes.
Unawapasa mwana ndiye vene iwe ndio business woman. Okay. So manje as a young lady nifunika mbele utiuze kumwana ungauzile ko banzako size yako bakutika pena bankalako na mwana bakali bangono bachoka mu school ungabashite ko encourage bwanje ungabakosese ko bwanje ndabambiri tiwona kuti bakungo kuzunguruka zunga chape ma street kungo kumwa moba benangu babayira pona bana benangu so ungabakosese ko bwanje.
Maninga kwasile sili like
Sako voice, kosha voice. Kamba mwana makambia na waja banzako pa.
This is new opportunity yako to sell yourself.
Yes. So kosha sako
so
voice.
look into the camera.
okay.
Mwana makambia na waja banzako pa motorbike banzako ba.
Maninga wakwasile like safunka kuzilanganila kuti kapena swanga stay vili vonse o kapena kulindira kuli muntu kuti anaisi kapena mami kapena dadi bazangulira olu mafuta wafunga che kusakila vochita not kusha depend muli muntu.
So na bakosi basakile vochita
Wasakile vochita
bazisunge bwino na mwana. Okay, excellent. So manje tienti kambe pali manje si Loveness Luyando and the business. Tingakanitira ngati 5 years wona munga ungakhale pati. What ni dream bwanje amene uli nayo yako ya business yako na we mwini chabe na mwana wako.
dream nina simfuna mwana wanga kapite muri bamene napita mwene nifuna che akankareshe bwino then na mami simfuna nawaona kuti wazivutika.
So business plan mfuna ipeleka pati business manje.
Business funa chende pasogole funa ukala more than 20 bikes.
Abantu balanda ati Luyando ala butusha bike. So do you take precautions mula ichingilila nga ulenda pamseo?
Yes, nimashingiliza.
Tuwe kwa maruzi hapa mseo oyo ukonga.
Like sifunka kwenza motorbike na ma slippers, funko bala ma safety boots, then helmets, then funko konkana ma traffic laws. You don't need to cross. Ukapeza ma traffic ya red funko crossing. Funko lindilila yaka green.
Nga bantu owomulekisa deliver ifintu balanda shani nga bakumona tawadabwa sana.
Vamadabo, when I'm Vamadabo, like you're from Pasapasio and from South Africa going to Africa.
Interesting. Okay, but we hear stories of those that are in the deliveries. Tulomfa kwama stories yala abalimu business wala ba attacked n'abantu limo telyonse so nomba wishiba shani atapa mfirike okuyicingirira so that abantu siri attack wali umfa kwama stories ayo so ma shan muyicingirira shan ma safety measures nshimu ubikapo
Kumankala penangu like maskama ya mbili Vama like last time corona ba washta scam but wana sharing a number mu group ya riders ti number so mascammers but si wonso mapelekela maskama
so mwalikwata group WhatsApp group
a downtown riders and Lusaka bikers.
Okay, awesome. That's interesting.
Sarah,
Hopefully tikafika pa 20 muzakageresako na vasikana venangu kuvapunzisa moenzera na veve vakazisungako.
And what is inspiring for me is that she managed to obtain a license.
Right.
And at the age of, when did you get your license?
I was 17.
17.
Yeah, you're really a fighter, eh?
Is
We're learning something from that. I have learned something from her. You know,
would you ride a bike?
as a passenger, yes. As a passenger, I would definitely get a ride from Loveness.
Attention all business owners in Zambia. Are you looking to boost your brand's visibility and reach a wider audience? Look no further than Zanis TV, your ultimate platform for advertising success. With coverage spanning every corner of Zambia, we bring your message to the masses. From the latest news updates to captivating entertainment and everything in between, Zanis TV offers a whole spectrum of content. Don't miss out on this golden opportunity. Get in touch with our marketing team on 0773 809040 or 0773 809020, or you can email zanismarketing@gmail.com or zanis.marketing@zanis.gov.zm. Join us on Topstar Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH and let your business shine like never before. Let's take your brand to new heights with Zanis TV. Zanis TV, the People's Channel. Welcome to Zambia News and Information Services, your media and communication hub. Need a professional space? We offer state-of-the-art studio hire for sound and film productions. Experience comprehensive news coverage and in-depth features that bring you closer to the stories that matter. Capture your moments with our professional photography services, perfect for events, portraits, and more. Looking for eye-catching visuals? Our graphic art and design team will elevate your brand with custom solutions. Host your next event with confidence. We provide high-quality conference systems and public address systems tailored to your needs. Contact us today at zanismarketing@gmail.com or call or WhatsApp 0773 809 040. Zanis TV, the People's Channel.
Well, viewers, you're still watching The Morning Blend. From that inspiring story of Loveness, and who is in the delivery business within Lusaka, we now have to switch things up in the studio to try and bring a bit of energy. We have not just one musician, but two musicians right here in the studio. And the first to perform for us is the A Game. It's a group of 3 young musicians. Sarah.
I'm ready. I've also gotten my A game on. I'm ready.
Your A game.
Yes, I've gotten my A game on. I'm ready to join in the dance.
Let's give it up to them.
Sunrise never felt the same. Cause ever since you walked in, my life I feel the same. You walk by and I can't explain the feeling you're giving to me. your fragrance smell like Malua. Nangunje sheshani, baby Nalua. Lost in your beauty, I can't even fathom Kulua. Hey, yeah, so many reasons you in my brain. Stuck in the task, girl, I can't complain. By the way, baby, ni makala zulu. Cause I coop in your heart, baby, you can call me solo. Cannot play games with your heart, baby, Sinite and solo. Hey, yeah, so many reasons you in my brain. Stuck in the task, girl, I can't complain.
You already know what it is. Toast. I like the way you do, how you do me. I can't believe I'm seeing you complete me. You took away the gangster. Iwe no kuposta ndakuposta takwaba. Yellow na vika popa insta. Ukepusha my ex yakakweva. It's the pretty little things that you do, baby. Throw money in your purse, you can go crazy. Mpaka na kumanda, you can count on me. Ula mpenya mwandi teka shimi, baby. Now let me tell you one thing. But no go body feel like this Saturday bapala.
Nangunje sheshani, baby Nalua. Lost in your beauty, I can't even fathom Kulua. Hey, yeah, so many reasons you in my brain. Stuck in the task, girl, I can't complain. By the way, baby, ni makala zulu. Cause I coop in your heart, baby, you can call me solo. Cannot play games with your heart, baby, Sinite and solo. Hey, yeah, so many reasons you in my brain. Stuck in the task, girl, I can't complain.
It's the feeling that you're giving me, the thought that you think of me, the way that you hold me, touch me, taste me, baby. You make a bad man go crazy, yeah. But me no money for say no souls, memories make a let go. No, when I'm with you, me not feel low. Only thing for me mind is you, girl. Me not play game with you, serious thing, girl. Me chat like for you, my girl. It's the little thing that you do, got them man them stuck on you like glue, my girl. Anyway that you go, I'll follow. Got me life so sweet, cause it go low. Body way, needs a fika kuma kolo.
Baby, your face smell like Malua. Nangunje sheshani, baby Nalua. Lost in your beauty, I can't even fathom Kulua. Hey, yeah, so many reasons you in my brain. Stuck in the task, girl, I can't complain. By the way, baby, ni makala zulu. Cause I coop in your heart, baby, you can call me solo. Cannot play games with your heart, baby, Sinite and solo. Hey, yeah, so many reasons you in my brain. Stuck in the task, girl, I can't complain.
Inna me mind, girl, you're there. Swear by me life, see my games in it here. Me pass a call room, kumuti manakacheya. The winnings on Kalila, Polios and I'm a prayer. My girl, I smell nice every time you want sniff. I have to make a mommy turn a tiff. You burning up the place, you like a spliff. Uli lilu wa me got a lift. Now come to me, make I show you my amusement park. Me lobby where you tick and tack. Uma pusa na go kuli bones, you know Jim and Jack. Now make you no remind you one thing.
Girl smell like Malua. Nangunje sheshani, baby Nalua. Lost in your beauty, I can't even fathom Kulua. Hey, yeah, so many reasons you in my brain. Stuck in the task, girl, I can't complain. By the way, baby, ni makala zulu. Cause I coop in your heart, baby, you can call me solo. Cannot play games with your heart, baby, Sinite and solo. Hey, yeah, so many reasons you in my brain. Stuck in the task, girl, I can't complain.
I get more art, remember that.
Focus Beats.
Well, that was a beautiful piece from the A-Game Music. That's the trio who are based in Lusaka. So now tell us more about the A-Game. Who is the A-Game?
Well, A-Game is a Zambian music trio based right here in Lusaka. Our music blends Afro-pop, dancehall, and hip-hop. Yeah.
What is the group? Who is in the group, A-Game?
Well, in the group, it's just the three of us. It's a trio. There's Toes, that's me. I go by the name Toes. King Jamie right here.
Chibi, King James. Dr. Deep or Chibi? Which one are we going with?
Dr. Deep.
Dr. Deep. Oh, Dr. Deep.
Yeah, King James.
King James
Toes.
and Toes. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us more about yourselves. What motivated you to go into music?
Well, Chibi.
I think it's something we've loved. We've always been passionate about. You know, we've been doing this together for a very long time. You know, from street rapping to just going into the studios and rapping it out. You know, just creating music together.
Right. So it's been out of passion.
Passion.
The three of you sharing a passion for music.
Exactly.
Well, we can tell from the kind of music that you produce, very good quality music. So we know it is coming from a passion from within.
Thank you so much.
So you already have a fan, guys.
Yeah, of course, definitely. I was dancing along here.
Nice.
So, guys, being upcoming, how are you navigating the challenges of being an upcoming music in a very, very competitive industry? Who takes that up?
Oh, it's competitive, yes, but when you have, like she mentioned, the song was nice, right? She's already become a fan, so yeah. So it's the music itself that we have. It gives us the courage. It tells us, because even when we scan the game, we look at who's already doing it. Not taking away anything from them, but it's just one of those things you can tell. But still,
Though they are established. Yeah, the song you sang, Maluba, what are you trying to communicate?
Okay, so mainly we're just appreciating the woman there. You see, the flowers of the earth. So definitely just appreciating the woman. So that's the main concept behind that song.
As the appreciation.
So I've heard people complaining that Zambian music is all about praising women. What about us men?
Mampi is doing that. Mampi is doing that.
Definitely, us the men won't do that.
Definitely.
When we speak for men, it's for hustlers.
And I've heard that you guys are working with Y Celebu.
Yes.
Yeah. Share what projects you have with Y Celebu. I know Y Celebu is based on the Copper Belt, but you're in Lusaka.
It's actually just one project. We worked on a song titled Nkwebelepo. It's actually the previous single. Is
it featuring on it?
He's featuring on it. It's our previous single. It's titled Nkwebelepo. We worked well with him. If that's what you want to know.
Sarah,
I think we should sample Nkwebelepo as well, eh? What do you think, Godfrey?
Interesting.
It's a nice
bring
song.
More energy, especially that there is the super government.
It's different, right?
It's actually different. When you listen to it, you'll be like, why say that can jump on a song like this one also?
Oh, awesome. I was actually thinking you have jumped to his beat. No. He's actually come down to the mellow one.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. That's something to look forward to.
Exactly.
And lastly, guys, I would like to find out from you, what are your future plans? Are you working on an album, or you just doing songs as they come, as you compose them?
We're working on an album. Yeah, we're working on an album. We just wanted to, solidify our stay first with some singles, get people listening and buzzing to the music. But yeah, definitely we are working on an album.
Right. Well, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
As one of your fans, I'll be one of the first to buy.
Yeah. Sure. You'll be doing us a huge favor.
The original, and Godfrey too, he's going to buy us.
Oh yeah. But before the album comes out, you guys can also, you can also just stream our music on Spotify.
Of course, definitely. Yeah. Oh, you are on, your music is on Spotify as well?
Yes, it is on.
Where else can we stream from?
Just all major streaming platforms. We're talking Spotify, there's Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, everywhere.
Okay.
Yes.
YouTube.
Even YouTube. So we just search for A-Game, and Maluba, or just A-Game Music, and then all your songs come. Okay, okay. Thank you so much. I think our viewers have heard that part as well, where they should be able to access their music through major online streaming platforms.
Now, coming up, we're going to be talking the International Children's Day of Broadcasting. As you know, tomorrow is March the 2nd, when children across the world are given the airwaves and we see them reading news. Sarah, I look forward to seeing our kids presenting news. It's that interesting time every year.
It is actually, and you actually get to see the talent of these young people. You know, they're quite talented. And I think what's unique about them is that they carry a lot of confidence. I think that should say that we have done a good job at uplifting their confidence. I think for us it was a little bit different. We're scared of people, scared of the cameras, you know. We lacked that exposure. So, you know, when you come to watch them, you should watch their programming, I mean, tomorrow. You'll see that they actually have a lot of confidence. A lot of them are able to read, you know, and express themselves freely. So it's also very good that we give them that kind of platform, you know. And not just on that day, I think we should have, you know, some programs where they can continuously express themselves and, you know, share their ideas. They have brilliant ideas, by the way. And then, you know, we can also interact with them at that level.
Right. Sarah, I forgot to introduce another musician, but of course I said that we have two musicians, two groups of musicians. I don't know, I think the first one is a group of three, the trio, but J-Boy is also here. He's going to be, I think, closing with us later on the show.
That's interesting then.
Meanwhile, put on your dancing shoes as we listen to Kwebelepo. I'm sure it will be Kwebelepo.
They've actually explained that it's on a lower beat as compared to what we expect from YSL. Okay, so here's in Kwebelepo.
Great.
Original AM things. I got more art, remember that. Video out. Anyways. Banali menye lapo na bali we. Ninachoke la poli nona bali we. Siku onza senigo na bali we. Tima wanga umafuna chabe weiwe. Leka nkwebele po. Leka nkwebele po. Leka nkwebele po. I want you close to me. I want you close to me. I want you close to me. Yeah, for you. Me coulda travel 1,000,000 miles just to be with you. Me coulda fight an army, girl, for you. Don't care what a bad man do. Anything where you want, I'll do, my boo. Cause you are one of a kind, girl. You mash up me mind, girl. So pretty when you fit them design, girl. You a killer, keep run for me mind, girl. Can do, baby. You awake, mutima una sanka. For my love, mutima una kanda. But you, girl, you were special for me. Only woman who got the key. Leka nkwebele po. Leka nkwebele po. Leka nkwebele po. I want you close to me. I want you close to me. I want you close to me. Baby girl, leka nkwebe fechishinga. Unanshofa muma nongenjinga bagayi balakutina bantu labachinga, but you the type I like the walk with relish. Yeah, wanna add the missus to your name. Yeah, make you my wife, that's my main aim. Babe, 4 boys like a 1 girl. Yeah, Pokupala chair voice, a cute smile, pretty face too. Thank God you my baby boo. You will never lock, I'ma stand by you. No matter what, no wakalande shani. Yeah, I've been through a lot of hell, now my exes. By the looks kashi dejena. Now that I met you ndependa. Uchite mwiko na kutulo. Leka nkwebele po. Leka nkwebele po. Leka nkwebele po. I want you close to me. I want you close to me. I want you close to me. Close to me, Zelda Mupepi. In fact, Kangule finger baby. Wabanga walk like no other than you. Umbi winga zetanani. Kufa wino, vida umjang dunda. Sufa wino, ukuson soma. No, one day ne omuti
Nanikulukela sana paliwe Tuota inasaina paliwe Wanifulunganya walisha confuse Waniyaza na wabonjaba don't you Think that we make sense That what you buy in cash Leka nkwebele puti so ufo Leka nkwebele puti Leka nkwebele puti
Well, viewers, if you're just joining us, you are watching The Morning Blend, where we are waking up to what matters the most. It is Zanis TV's breakfast show. Now, Zambia will tomorrow join the rest of the world in commemorating the International Children's Day of Broadcasting. The UNICEF-initiated event encourages broadcasters across the world to give airspace, airtime to children. Now, this day is significant. To help me understand the significance of this day, I have with me in studio Mr. Enes Chanda, a veteran journalist. Mr. Enes Chanda, welcome to this discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chikumbi. How are you?
I'm fine.
Great.
Now, the ICDB, the International Children's Day of Broadcasting, is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Help us understand the significance of this day.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is a day that was recognized by the United Nations through its agency called the United Nations Children's Emergency Fund. And it was recognized for three primary reasons. Number one, that the voice of the child should be heard. Number two, that in hearing that child's voice, there should be a platform where they should be heard. And number three, that in that platform, they should be given room to participate. Why should they participate? Because the UN recognized that children deserve the best in terms of programming. It was not fair, and it has not been fair to just subject children to adult programs. They deserve the best. They are developing human beings with intelligent minds. They need to formulate their own ideas that can result into beautiful and mind-building programs for the children.
Now, Mr. Chanda, as a veteran journalist, somebody that has been in the media industry for a very long time, how well do you think the Zambian media has embraced this day and given, space to our children to be on radio and TV? Because we're talking about broadcasting here.
Sure,
we
sure.
avoid newspaper, of course.
Sure. I think in the last decades, the Zambian media industry has tried its best to bring children on board. Although I'm only saddened by one thing, that children are only remembered on this day, on the International Children's Day of Broadcasting.
I agree.
For me, that is where we have missed it. Meaning it has just become an annual ceremony. We only remember them on the first Sunday of March each year.
That's right.
Which shouldn't be the case. The normal thing should be that even within the year, the calendar year, we should have specific programs where we feature children.
That's right.
So I hope that from this, we should have a turning point where all broadcasting stations in the country should bring on board children in different age groups. I don't just want to see children on the International Children's Day of Broadcasting alone, no. Let's create various programs within the year where we can bring them. They may not be too many, but we can have 2, 3, or 4. 12 months is a very long period. So that we remind ourselves that we shouldn't just do it on that day. I'll equate it to the World Press Freedom Day.
Yes.
This is the day when we commemorate the rights of journalists, all right? Now, should we only talk about the rights of journalists on the 3rd of May every year? No, we don't do that, but we talk about this in our daily activities. Equally with the children, we shouldn't just remember them on the first Sunday of March 2025 again, we remember them on the first Sunday of March 2026, no.
Sarah, are you guilty?
So that is a challenge to all of us as journalists, especially to you guys, the broadcasters. We hope to see change from tomorrow, Sunday, that even before the first Sunday of next year, we want to see children featuring on various programs. That's the challenge we are throwing to you guys.
Now, Mr. Chandas, we are heading towards the close of this chat. I'd like to find out from you what challenges do our children face in having their voices heard. You have already lamented the lack of media space for our kids on TV and radio. What do you think are some of the challenges?
Thank you so much. Other than the lack of media space, which we have talked about, I think there is also an aspect of people getting so much interest in politics, which do not really help develop the child. Especially for us as parents, I think we need to get more interested into things that will build the moral fiber of our children, that will build the intellect of our children, that will build their skill. How much am I able to identify the skill in my child at home? That will help me shape their future. If their future is in broadcasting, it will help me get closer to Mr. Chikumbi or anyone else in a broadcasting industry. It may not just be broadcasting, it could be engineering. They are able to air their voices through your programs that my main interest is in engineering, my interest is in teaching, what I love is this and that, my interest is in culture. As you feature them on various programs, they are building their dreams and they are growing up with such dreams. And eventually, you are helping them become what they want. So we should remove the element of getting interested in politics as adults, which amounts to selfishness. We should look at the interests of the children. What are we projecting for them? So remove politics. Let us look at things that will build the children.
Sarah, I think this is a turning point. What are we going to do about it? I'm a parent, by the way. So I am actually drawing lessons from what Mr. Chanda is saying, especially in terms of identifying what is in our children in terms of potential.
Yes, and I think we just need to be intentional. I experience we have a responsibility, even as broadcasters, really. We don't expect the children to come and ask for their programming to be included. We are the ones who have to be intentional, by, putting them in the program and then bringing them in, because they won't have the guts to come and ask. So we have to be intentional in our programming, in our designing, and then we bring them in, and also we include their content. So we shouldn't force adult content on them all the time, isn't it? We should also be able to provide them with content that helps to shape them and build them also.
And there's always this long-time joke that the people whose, this Coco Melon. Coco Melon is a content produced for people without phones.
I know it.
Yet
from my
it has so many
grandchild.
views.
Yeah.
So in short, Mr. Chanda is emphasizing that our children can still give us the content. All they need is
a platform.
Yeah, a platform. Exactly. Yeah, as we come to the end of this discussion, Mr. Chanda, what are your concluding remarks on this important day that falls tomorrow?
Yes, I think it's a very big challenge to every Zambian parent to help build our children, to support them. Our children are very intelligent. They are content creators. Let us give them the platform to build their content. We develop it for them so that 10, 15 years from now, they will look back and say, oh, that's where I started from. There are a lot of actors. I was reading about Mr. Jackman, who died, is it yesterday or the other day, from Hollywood at the age of 95. His career started 60 years ago, meaning it started when he was very young. There are people who identified that the gift of acting in him, and they put him on the platform. They gave him the platform and nurtured him. That is what we should do to our children. Let's identify what they are interested in, bring them to broadcasters like yourselves so that you help build their career. Even if it's football, you can build them, whatever career it is. That is content which is lying idle in them, which we can help develop.
Thank you very much. Always insightful listening from you, Mr. Chanda, and learning a lot from you. Well, viewers, we have come to the end of this interview with Mr. Ernest Chanda, a veteran Zambian journalist, as he speaks about the International Children's Day of Broadcasting that falls tomorrow, March 2nd, 2025. Stay tuned. Rise and shine, Zambia. Start your weekend right on the Morning Blend, your ultimate Saturday breakfast show.
Join us every Saturday morning for inspiring interviews, breaking news, trending stories, and the dash of entertainment that keeps you in the know.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee! Madam Grace, Masamba sugar. My tip bag.
From lifestyle tips to health advice and everything you need to fuel your day, the Morning Blend has it all. Only on the Morning Blend, your Saturday morning companion.
Now, if you're just joining us, you are watching the Morning Blend, Zanis TV's breakfast show. It is that time when we get to dive into the world of sports. And Lucky Chama is here to unpack what is in the MTN Super League, cases of the Zambia Premier League, the Eden University Women League, and of course, something from the table tennis world. Lucky, good morning.
Good morning. It's good to be back, and of course, it's a weekend, so already we're looking forward to what the weekend has.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
What does the weekend have for us, especially in the big one, the Elite League of Zambia?
Yeah, definitely some big games that we have. Of course, top of my mind is the game between Car Warriors and Power Dynamos. Big game because if you look at Power Dynamos, their run has been impressive. 4 wins out of 5 games played in the last 5 games. And since that defeat against Red Arrows, they're yet to lose a game. And on the other side, I think Car Warriors were disappointed at Edwin Imbwela Stadium when they lost to Green Buffalo.
I was shocked too.
Yeah, definitely it was a shocking result, but a brilliant performance. I think Bono Mwap has brought in some energy in the Green Buffaloes squad. Many people had condemned Green Buffaloes, thinking maybe his addition wasn't going to bring much impact to the team. Yes, experience has worked for them. 2 assists in his 5 performances, 5 games that he's played for Green Buffaloes, and of course he was involved in the game that they beat Car Warriors. He started that attack, and it resulted in a goal. So I think for me, this is the big game. Ipswich Call has a lot to do today to ensure that the team bounces back to winning ways, but they're up against a motivated Power Dynamo side.
Wow. And what is happening in the Super League? Of course, the Eden University sponsored Super League for women.
Yeah, it's back, and of course, top of the bill is ZSD at 10 hours. They'll be up against Zescondola girls. Of course, Zescondola girls, we know that they are yet to lose a game so far. But I think they've also dropped a number of points in terms of draws that they've had in the previous game. And sometimes you may tend to fear when a team starts dropping such kind of points, like how is the run going to be? Are they going to sustain the run? Are they going to go the way until they win it? But they're on course. I think they just need about 5 wins or so to seal the title. This will be their first title away from Green Buffaloes. And over the weekend, the past weekend, we saw this week, we saw Green Buffaloes dominated the starting 11 for the national team. Yeah, the entire team coming from Green Buffaloes in one way or the other. But all in all, I think still the race is still on. Zesco United, Zescondola girls needs to keep their focus and ensure that they get a win today at 10 hours at Independence Stadium.
Lucky, how does the log look like for our women?
Yeah, still Zesco United on top, and they are on top with at least a 13-point gap between them and Red Arrows. And of course, in third position, it's Green Buffaloes, followed by Ndeni Football Club, who are also not doing so well the last few games. But maybe they are lucky enough, like my name, yeah, because Ndeni hasn't also been winning. They are one of the teams that could have done better so far. Since the start of the round, second round, they're yet to get wins. I think they've struggled in that way. They are coming off a draw before the break against Kamfinsa Blue Eagles, and that is a dent on their aspirations. Green Eagles as well is coming in. I think Albert Mpande is also doing so well, and their target is to finish among the top 4. Then next season they can get to fight for the league. I think it's now opening up. Teams are starting to awaken. Nchanga Rangers Queens, that investment, I think next season there'll be a team to reckon with.
Amazing. I've seen that things are happening in the National Division 1 League.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe something on that.
Yeah, definitely. It's also a big one this weekend because Aguila Stars were also on a good run. In the last 7 games, they've lost once, they've drawn 2, and the rest have been wins. They're up against Konkola Blades, who are coming off a draw. Of course, in a tightly contested game between them and Trident Football Club last weekend. Away from home, maybe a point is not that bad for Best One Championship and the boys. But also they'll be comforted because they still have a 4-point gap between them and as well as Kansanshi Dynamos. This weekend, Kansanshi Dynamos are playing at home against relegation trouble Chipata United. Right. And definitely they need to take points to ensure that they are close to Konkola Blades. For me, I think these 2 teams already, they've confirmed their position. It's now up to the teams that are coming in 3rd, 4th, up to number 5, somewhere there. So we do have River Plate, who have been consistent. They are now on 43 points, 11 points with Mines United. And these 2 teams, for River Plate, they are away. They are playing against Ndola United this weekend in Ndola today. And you have Mines that will be playing tomorrow against Trident, a big game. Of course, with the new coach, George Rufia, Trident has been given the task to ensure that Trident bounces back to the Super League. For Mines United, it will be, I think, one of the most memorable seasons if they can qualify to Super League. First ever participation in this league, and as well as River Plate, they've created a bit of distance between them and Trident, who are in number 5 with number 6 with 6 points. And of course, coming up just above them is Prison Leopards, who have given their coaches an ultimatum. They have to win 3 games for them to save their job. They've lost 1. How is it going to be when the 3 games elapse?
Well, how does the log look like in the National Division 1? Again, I've seen, of course, teams in the outskirts have refused to be intimidated by the so-called big boys.
Yeah, definitely. I think the investments and as well consistency in terms of keeping the squads has helped Konkola Blades to be top. Since the start of the season, they've never been out of the top 2. They've been number 1 since the start of the season, and still they are maintaining that position. Then in second position has been Kansanshi Dynamos, a massive investment, and of course the squad, they also almost kept the same squad that was relegated from Super League. Then also you have now the new boys, like you've mentioned, River Plate. If things go well, they could be playing out of Lusaka. If their pitch will be ready, Kankata district to be precise, we can see some Super League football in that part of the country. Yeah, but number 4 is Mines United, a team that has gone 12 games without losing a game. And in this run, I think they've faced some intimidating opponents, of which they've managed to get some wins. And yet again, they're up against another team that's vying for a spot that they're also eyeing.
Before we close the sports segment, let's talk table tennis.
Yeah.
But of course, I would like to get your thoughts on the 2 friendlies that we played against the Scorchers of Malawi. Yeah. What is in table tennis?
Yeah, in table tennis, I think the Turin's games are now back. The youth Turin's Youth Challenge, which is hosted by OIDC, is back, and the action starts today. So this action is going all the way until November. So we do have a lot of action, both singles and team, double team or team sport in terms of table tennis. I think it's also good exposure locally. If you look at these athletes, they do have a limited opportunities to showcase their skill, and the Turin's Youth Challenge is one of those platforms that exposes them. When they go for international tournaments, I hope they'll be able to replicate what they'll do locally. But this is a league now which has starting today, and it's 9 hours until 12 hours. So the athletes will have an opportunity to get that action and see how they are ready.
Lucky, you were at the the Rays Arena.
Yeah.
And watched both friendlies, one which was disrupted by the rains. And of course, the Scorchers getting 3 points apiece from the double. What are your quick thoughts on the same?
I think it's a reality check for Coach Nora Auto. I think she now knows that it's not going to be a walk in the park. She needs to. There's still a lot of work to be done. Once you change the squad, the squad, I think Zambia gets to be shaken. We saw how the substitutions of Evelyn Susan Katongo collapsed almost everything for the team. She also took out Irene Lungu, and the team lost its shape. But she did admit that it was her fault because she wanted to try a different formation. But conceding in the manner that we did, especially in the second game, because the first game we kept a clean sheet and we hoped that the team would still continue on the same path. Conceding in that game, I think it's good that we conceded against an opposition that most of us did not rate. Yeah. And now they came and scored 3 goals in quick succession. It shows that our defense, the midfield, still has a lot of work to be done.
She tinkered with the defense. I saw Esther Siamfuko starting ahead of Margaret Belemu.
Yeah.
And it worked because in the first half we never conceded.
Yeah.
Until at some point when I think in the second half,
yeah,
that's when we conceded. And people were calling out Belemu. What could have happened?
Yeah, definitely. I think the fans always have an opinion to pass on when the team is not doing so well. It's the responsibility of the coach now to work and ensure that certain players get to up their game. Even if you are an understudy like Esther Siamfuko, you still have to maintain the performance that a regular or a starter is giving to the team. So it's also down to those players to ensure that they get to the level that the coach wants. But all in all, I think it's good that we also saw the positive side. We scored 4 goals in 2 games, and of course allowed 3 goals, which is still if you go on aggregate, maybe we could have won, but it's good that we are still getting those goals. Right. We just need to tighten our screws when it comes to defending.
Lucky, I'm going to let you go. Well, viewers, I'm going to be stingy here. There's no EPL, no La Liga, no French League 1. Until next week.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, let's see what Patson Daka will do against Chelsea.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Attention all business owners in Zambia. Are you looking to boost your brand's visibility and reach a wider audience? Look no further than Zanis TV, your ultimate platform for advertising success. With coverage spanning every corner of Zambia, we bring your message to the masses. From the latest news updates to captivating entertainment and everything in between, Zanis TV offers a whole spectrum of content. Don't miss out on this golden opportunity. Get in touch with our marketing team on 0773 809040 or 0773 809020, or you can email zanismarketing@gmail.com or zanis.marketing@zanis.gov.zm. Join us on Topstar Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH and let your business shine like never before. Let's take your brand to new heights with Zanis TV. Zanis TV, the people's channel.
Well, viewers, that's all we could package on the Morning Blend this morning. We're glad you could find time to join us. Until next week, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us once again. It's been very, very interesting. And we are going to leave you in the capable hands of J-Boy for some more entertainment. Stay tuned and see you next Saturday.
From us, we say bye-bye.
Bibbs Music. Yeah. No one is better than them. Call me good, but damn.
Wow, when ghosts in this.
Kuli beka damu kandela man. Na. Olo mutengo wangela man. Na. Ani mafu ya majua. Evento twalula. Ani mafu ya majua. Bantu. Amani no never forget no. Oh brother, you need to work hard. Amani no never forget no. Oh brother, you need to work hard. chikopo. You have money, musa uneku samwa. You set your mpange, I'm upana nona chongo. I believe now money is everything. No one can view you if don't have a cheese. So ni hada na wena don't get on knees. Cheese, you go seven, wapange bees. Nika lufundu la pangono izalo wa fake bomb. Fake two, sego yanga nisotola. Manja pamozi ya mbuye no disogola. Ule no make cash to mazaya to madola. Tunga yembeki the sauce ya maships unagure. Wama pele la msoti mazako vile pambada. Tiwa gaine wama chipki unajahila lugale. Wamba mine chamo noyo kakuipunde ule.
Kulibeka damu kandelama. Na 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 na. Olo mutengo wandelama. Na 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 na. Ani emafu emajua. Evento twalulamo. Ani emafu emajua. Bandu. Amani no never forget no. Oh brother, you need to work hard. Amani no never forget no. Oh brother, you need to work hard.
Voice of the ghetto. Oh, bro. Call me go game. Lande visuma pavume bobe. Namagaya muchunsu Samson tole. Disebenzese mage ya kaligone. Chinese man josepezo na pakale lole. Adik na aso ngachunsen kukirena. No of days mpaka masiku womaliza. Sema mwenyolona wadigli mutumba muliliza. Akemto baba the game komisiza. Akubata kote pesha shade kuwepa. Talk about something sagari chapala treasure. Mikalipa jana still chasing the paper. No fear ni jamanga na thefi shena player. Kanife mukulo sunga monzake sazivika. Kusunga ni mwambiri noti sheka nzima. Good advice mopezi na zina zikasila. Understanding na mau yuko seli sana.
If I no find money, oh brother, hey, I need to work hard. If you no find money tomorrow, oh brother,